Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Brooke if you're new here, and if you're not new here you already know me. Today I'm going to be talking about annotating books. So I've been watching a lot of videos lately of people talking about how they annotate their books, and I've been wanting to do a video like this for quite a while, but I didn't really know how. When I first discovered annotation, I was pretty oblivious to it. I have the first book here that I ever made an attempt at annotating. It has one sticky note in it, and I can remember without even looking at the book what quote it was. Maybe not word for word, but I do know. And so I remember reading this book and thinking, I want a way to mark things that I love about this book. And so I put the sticky tab in it. I was like, this seems kind of weird. Like, do people actually do this? And then I joined the booktube community, and yes, people do. So the first book that I ever tabbed was City of Glass by Cassandra Clare. It is book 3 of the Mortal Instruments series, and you can see it here. It's still here. So this is years and years old now, this tab, but it is this interaction with Clary and Magnus. Clary shook her head. Jace won't help me, Magnus. He doesn't want me here. In fact, I doubt he's speaking to me at all. Magnus looked at her meditatively. I think, he said, there isn't much that Jace wouldn't do for you if you asked him. And I just remember loving this so much. And there's also another quote, I don't remember which book it's in, but it's, we all love what's beautiful and broken. And I think I might have it tabbed. I should look. One sec. I think this might just be a bookmark. Oh. I didn't even know I made it to this book. Anyways, so that is the first book I ever made an attempt at annotating. I have it's like a paper sticky tab in here, which I don't like using, but we'll get to that later. So yeah, annotating. I mean, I do not write in my books. I don't have good enough handwriting, and I just cannot bring myself to do that. Maybe if I had 2 copies I would, but definitely I don't. Not right now. So I tab my books. That is my annotation system. So the first book I ever hardcore annotated was ACOTAR, but not ACOTAR. So let me tell you what that means. So the first book I ever annotated was A Court of Wings and Ruin, because the first ACOTAR book I borrowed from a friend and then I bought it. So I have never read this copy. Still smells new AF. That's the scoop on that. So I've annotated, I also didn't annotate ACOMAF, but I'm gonna be doing a reread of these in January with a book club that I'm hosting. Check it out, we'll link it in the description. But I will be annotating the heck out of these when I reread them. The first book that I really made a point of annotating was A Court of Wings and Ruin. I also annotated a little bit in A Court of Frost and Starlight. Can you even is it actually still annotation if you just tab? I'm gonna say it is, okay? I'm gonna say it is. So then I really went wild with the Throne of Glass series. I just tabbed my little heart out on these. So let's see, I did tab, I freaking love what I did with these tabs. So Empire of Storms, it just matches, you know? I don't know, don't ask. Okay, so I tabbed Throne of Glass. So this is tabbed a little bit. I tabbed Crown of Midnight, Heir of Fire, Queen of Shadows, Empire of Storms. When I got to Tower of Dawn, I actually stopped tabbing just because I read it so fast. I read 500 pages in a day for that one. So I just didn't even have time to think about tabbing. But, oh, I also tabbed Crescent City. And I will 100% be tabbing Kingdom of Ash. You best believe it. So I tabbed a little bit in Crescent City. When I do a reread of that, I'm going to tab the life out of this because I love it so much. So like I said, I don't write in them, I just tab them. I also don't have a color coding system for tabs, which I'm going to create in this video based on kind of what I've seen other people do. I have this cute little thing with all my tabby guys in them. I have 4 different colors, I think. So I have purple. I think I've already used one of these up because I love the color. I have 2 blue ones. I have green, which actually I won't have for long. This is an old color that's left over. I have pink. Another purple. And I have yellow, which I don't even know if I've really used. Actually, I did. I used it for something. Oh, I used it for Crescent City. And then I have this itty bitty red guy here. So the red and green are just leftovers from previous packages, but these purple, yellow, pink, and blue, these are gonna be my main tabbing colors. I don't need like 10 different colors. Like lots of people, they go all out with them, and I'm like, I'm just starting out. I don't need all that. So I'm gonna do, pink is gonna be for like relationships, primarily romantic, I think, maybe some platonic, I don't know. I mean, like using pink for platonic relationships just seems weird to me. So I think we'll do pink for romantic relationships. Maybe we'll do yellow for platonic, like friendships and stuff. I think blue is going to be for like plot things that I love. So like, you know, anything that just happens that I'm like, whoa, that was amazing. And then I think purple is going to be for dialogue. So I tab a lot of dialogue and a lot of like plot stuff. So those are going to be, yeah. So purple is going to be for dialogue. So I've just decided that right now. That's my new system. So let's see if I can stick to that. So my preference is plastic tabs. I do have a ton of like paper tabs that have arrows, which I do like the arrow aspect of it, but the paper tabs do rip and tend to get destroyed a little bit faster. The plastic tabs are super durable, and I do prefer those. They don't rip. I got these ones from Staples, I think. They were pretty cheap. And that's pretty much my entire, like, what I use for annotating, because I don't write or draw or underline or highlight or anything. So basically that's all I do is I tab the books. I think I need to look on Amazon for tabs. I've seen people getting tabs off Amazon, but my problem is I kind of want to stick to these same colors now. So I don't know. I love tabbing though. I've never gone back and read a book that I've tabbed already. So I'm really interested to reread ACOTAR, specifically Akawar, I don't know. And I feel like war is fitting, but anyways, I'm really excited to go back and read that one because I've tabbed it heavily-ish. So I'm excited to see what I liked about it. I know a couple things that I tabbed already. I'm also really excited to go back and read Crescent City. I didn't really tab that much in Crescent City. It was mostly toward the end, but that's because when you start a new series like that and you don't know the characters, it's hard to like fall in love with stuff that they do in the beginning because you don't know them well enough. But yes, I can guarantee you I will be tabbing the entire ACOTAR series during my reread. I will be rereading Crescent City sometime next year. And yeah, so I know a lot of people don't tab on the first read, they'll tab on a reread. I will tab on first reads, obviously, because I tabbed on my first read of the entire Throne of Glass series and Crescent City and Akawar. Okay. So yes, I will tab. I'm a first read tabber, but I'm also excited to add tabs when I do my rereads. But yeah, I would say ACOTAR is really when I started annotating. I will also be annotating the Hunger Games. So for some reason, I did not have a copy of any of the Hunger Games books. I thought I had them, but I guess I didn't. So I have ordered a special edition box set. They are paperback, but they're beautiful. They're in the like white, they're the white version. I'm so freaking excited. I'm gonna get them very soon and I'm going to tab the crap out of them. Super excited. And I'm planning on doing a Mortal Instruments reread. I just bought the 5th book, so I'm gonna be tabbing those as I reread them as well. So that's basically how I annotate. I tab dialogue that I like. I tab any kind of very cool scenes. I would say that the most frequent thing I tab is dialogue. So let me just I'll pick up Throne of Glass and I'll give you a couple examples of like what I would tab. So let's see the very first thing that I tabbed. Oh, that's not it. Oh, okay. I love this. Why did I just make the weirdest face in the world? So this is when Selena is like training. She was picking up hunting knives and she's just like, my dear old friends. And then it's like a wicked smile spread across her face. I love that. Also, something else that I'll do. So sometimes I will tab like this. So this tab doesn't stick out of the book, but I had to put it in there so that you could see what I was pointing to. Because if you just put it on the edge of the page, I wouldn't know. So sometimes I will tab in the book like that. so you'll never be able to find it unless you read it. I guess I like this. So this is when the other competitors are introducing themselves. So it says, one by one, the 21 other competitors introduce themselves. There were 6 more seasoned soldiers, all of them thrown out of the army for questionable behavior, which must have been truly questionable, given that Adarlan's army was notorious for ruthlessness. Oh yeah, I tabbed this as well. The guy named Scythe, for the weapon that he'd used for 3 years. Oh, sorry. For the weapon that he'd used to torture and hack apart temple priestesses. Oh, this is really cute. This is Selena and Nehemia are talking about Dorian, and she's like, that pretty boy, he grinned at me far too much, and you should only see how he winked at the other women in the court. Yeah, so there's a lot of like relationship stuff in this one, obviously with like the love triangle thing. And yeah, I had a lot of fun tabbing these. Like I love going back and seeing what I tabbed. I wonder if I'll remove any of them when I read back through it. I envy people who can write in their books though, because I just can't bring myself to do it. I would love to know a fun fact about your annotation system. Let me know in the comments if you annotate or not. I would love to know, because it's just so interesting to me. There's something that I really want to do, and I saw somebody on Instagram doing this. So somebody is collecting the entire Throne of Glass series annotated by different people. So they've gotten a person to annotate each book, like a different person, and then they send it to them annotated. I would die. That is the coolest keepsake to have. But anyways, that's just my little ramble. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to 500 subs by the end of the year, so if you could help me out with that, I would really love it. And that's it for this video, so I will see you in the next one. Bye. That's problematic. Thumbnail pic.